Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninamagraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranamadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a very warm welcome. We were yesterday discussing on the most beautiful chaupais that described the love of Dasharath Maharaj, Janaka Maharaj, of course Kaushalya ji, and then we also were discussing about Bharata and Lakshmana. There are another few points that I would like to share with you about Bharata and Shatrughna with respect to this particular set of chaupais. Of course, we will be seeing about them a lot later. But we will just read those chaupais. I will start reading from Pranavavu Prathama Bharat Ke Charana. From there, you may check in your book. Pranavavu Prathama Bharat Ke Charana. जासुनेम व्रत जाइन बरना रामचरण पंकज मन जासु लुबुध मधुपैव तजैन पासु बंदउ लक्ष्मण पद जल जाता शीतल सुभग भगत सुखदाता रघुपति कीरति बिमल पताका दंड समान भयउ जस जाका शेष सहस्र शीस जग कारण जो अवतरेउ भूमि भय टारन सदा सोसानुकूल रहमो पर कृपा सिंधु सौमित्री गुणाकर रिपुसूदन पद कमल नमामि सूर सुशील भरत अनुगामी महावीर बिनवउ हनुमाना राम जासु जस आप बखाना प्रणवउ पवन कुमार खलबन पावक ज्ञान घन जासु हृदय आगार बसहि राम सर चाप धर सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। प्रणवउ प्रथम भरत के चरना। You know, one of the commentator has very beautifully mentioned. It is there in his inner feeling which he has mentioned. But however it is said, the love what Bharata had for Rama is incomparable. The love what Lakshmanji had for Ramchandraji is again inexplicable. The love what Dasharatha had, the love what Janaka Maharaj had, the love Maya Sita ji had, each one of them are unique in nature and competition is itself not possible. Why? All of them will win. Because every one of them, they filled their heart only with the thought of Ramchandra ji. Now look at this beautiful chaupai. We had seen that Lubudha Madhupa Iva Tajayina Pasu. Bharata's love for Rama is similar to the love the bee had for the honey in the flower, it seems. What a beautiful comparison. And the love for the love of Lakshmana. What a beautiful comparison. Lakshmanji is the pole for the flag to flutter high, which is being respected and saluted. Yesterday we saw. But look at these two very beautiful examples. The bee and the flower need not be together. Flower can be somewhere, bee can be somewhere. Bharata was not all the time with Ramchandra ji. Think, he was in Nandigram. Whereas Danda and Jhanda, they cannot be separated. You cannot keep them away. Similarly, Lakshmana and Ramchandra ji can never be separated. That is why Lakshmanji wanted to be with Ramchandraji physically also. Whereas Bharata accepted to go back. Of course, with the Charana Paduka of Ramchandraji, he accepted to go back. He accepted to take care of Ayodhya, but not as the Raja, as a trustee, as a caretaker. We will see, all through Ramayana, we will see the amount of expression of love each one of them have for Bhagavan Ramchandraji. You can't but surrender at the feet of Bhagavan Ramchandraji. Sitala Subhaga, Lakshmanji, he is very cool, no doubt. But the love for Ramchandraji makes him to raise his voice or something, but not because of his ego. There's a difference. Raising the voice out of ego is not acceptable. But raising the voice for protecting dharma, for the sake of Bhagavan, is definitely not wrong. So Lakshmanji otherwise was a very cool person, except for raising the voice for dharma. Subhaga means beautiful. I'm sure all of us have come across somebody in our life. We will not talk about their details and their background and their mindset or whatever. All that we will not talk about here, because everybody have got flaws. But all said and done, every one of us have found one person in this universe whom we know, whom we consider to be wonderful, to be beautiful, to be honestly whom you can just surrender yourself with. We need not again always take father, mother, teacher. There is somebody. It can be anybody. But there is one person whom we adore. Is it not? And you will find in Ramayana, every character is adorable, including Ravana, including Kumbhakarna, of course Vibhishana. Adorable. And very interestingly, you will find, we will see, even the Rakshasas are adorable because they became Rakshasas so that very soon they can be killed by Bhagavan and they want to go back and reach Bhagavan's feet. Every character is so beautifully designed. And it is such a learning, such a beautiful knowledge for all of us to get. Sitala Subhaga Bhagata Sukhadata, who? Lakshmanji. Raghupati Kirati Bimala Pataka Dandasamana Bhayavu Jasajaka. He remains firm, like the danda which is well rooted, we saw yesterday. Then comes the third brother of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji, Sesha Sahasrasisa. Sahasrasisa means the one who has 100 hairs, 1,000 heads. The 1,000-hooded snake, Sesha Bhagavan, Bhagavan became Lakshmana. Sesha Sahasrasisa Jagakarana. This is another very interesting word which you have to understand rightly. Sesha, Adisesha, represents time. It is said in our Puranas, Adisesha represents time. And therefore he says, Jagakarana, he is a cause of the Jagat, which has a beginning and definitely which will have an end also at Pralaya. But he is a cause of the world, Jagakarana, he is the cause of the world. Jo avatarevu, this Seshanaga, Adishesha, he has taken avatar as Lakshmana, Bhumi Bhayatarana, for the sake of bringing fear amongst all the Rakshasas, all the wicked people. Therefore, Seshanaga, Adi Sesha is Lakshmanji. And Tulsidas is praying, Sada so sanukula rahamopar. May he mopar towards me, Sada saha sanukula. Sanukula means may he always be good to me, may he always come to help me so that I can remain at the feet of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji. So that while I am writing the Katha of Ramchandraji, may he bless me, may he help me. Sanukula. Kripa Sindhu Saumitri Gunakara. Kripa Sindhu, he is also a great, beautiful hearted personality with full of compassion, an ocean of compassion. Sindhu means oceans. Kripa Sindhu Saumitri, Sumitra's son, therefore Saumitri. Saumitri Gunakara, he is an embodiment of all virtues. And he had to stop here. Why? Because there is no end talking about them. Katha has to proceed. You are waiting for the Rama Katha to start. But Tulsidas ji, he is so overwhelmed. He wants to finish off all his, he wants to outpour all his feelings through Vandana Prasangas. He continues saying, Ripusudana Pada Kamala Namami. Pada Kamala Namami. This is one point which I forgot to tell you. We saw earlier why Bharata Pada was not equated to Kamala, but it was equated to bee. Now see, bee goes to the flower and then picks the honey. Can bee pick honey from its own feet? If the feet is Kamala, his feet cannot be Kamala. Therefore, for Bharata, this word Kamala was not used, because Kamala is used for Bhagavan's lotus feet, and then the bee goes to take the honey. Whereas here, it is again used. He says, Ripusudana Pada Kamala Namami. I offer my salutations to the lotus feet of Ripusudana. Ripusudana. Ripu means Shatru. Sudana Gna. Shatrugna. The third brother of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandraji. Ripusudana Pada Kamala Namami. I offer my salutations. And who is he? Sura. Sura here means Shura. You will find in Ramayana, Shatrugnaji is generally quiet, Mauni, as though. He definitely has got power. The very next word says, Sura Sushila. He is a great Shura, he is very powerful. He even wins over certain Rakshasas, no doubt. He is Shura, but he is quiet. And then Tulsidaji says, Sushila. He is full of good character. Now see, we know many people who are very powerful, but they may not have a proper character. And there may be people who are very good, extremely good character, but they may not be Shura. They may not have any valor, prowess. But here, Shura Sushila. He is not only a valorous person, he is also a person with extremely good character, Sushila. Bharata Anugami. He is always with Bharata. Now we all know the story. Of course, we will again see when their Janana takes place, we will have more thoughts about it. But to just give a tip, Sumitraji had two sons, Lakshmana and Shatrughna. Lakshmana went to serve Ramchandraji and Shatrughna went to serve Bharata. What a beautiful combination. Bharata Anugami. He went with Bharatji and completely served Bharatji. Meaning what? He served the servant of the master. Now here, Shatrughna. Now we will look at it in a different angle. Who is the real Shatru for all of us? There is no Ravana here. There is no Kumbhakarna here. Kumbhakarna, yes, differently we may say so. All of us are in one way Kumbhakarna only when it comes to sleeping. There is no Hiranyakashipu. Think. The worst enemy that you and I can find is our own ego. Think. Our own ego is the worst enemy. Therefore, to serve somebody, to become servant of somebody, you have to give up your ego. Only then you can be a servant. Today all of us want to become bosses only. Nobody wants to work under somebody. Isn't it? Everybody wants to boss over. The interesting part, your servant made bosses over you. Think. Yes or no? Why? We are dependent. Think. To be a servant of somebody, I have to give up my ego and with total acceptance, whatever they may say, I quietly serve. And look at this. Shatrughna became the servant of Bhagavan. Why? Bharata considers himself as the servant of Bhagavan and Shatrughna went to serve Bharata. That means how much of ego he must have kept away. Meaning he killed his own ego completely and therefore an egoless person alone can win over the world. A person with ego can never win over anything. Ripusudana pada kamala namami sura sushila bharata anugami. Tulsidasi continues with the next person who is our most beloved Hanumanji. Mahabira binavamu Hanumana. I now with Vinamrata salute Hanumanji. You may not be able to see because the camera is facing me, but there is Hanumanji here. Wherever Ramakatha is narrated, Hanumanji will be there. Therefore, we have a beautiful altar here for Hanumanji, and I definitely know Hanumanji is here. Therefore, Tulsidasi says, Mahabira binavavu Hanumana, Rama jasu jasa apa bakhana. What a beautiful statement. I now surrender at the feet of Hanumanji. And why is Hanumanji great? He is Kapi. In fact, he is Bhagavan Shivaji's Amshavatara. Therefore, Kapi is a form. We should not call him as monkey. Kapi has got a different meaning. Comes Brahma Sukham Pibati iti Kapihi. The one who is enjoying the Brahma Sukha. He is Kapi. And we will come to that later. Hanumanji is Mahavira. See, earlier, I don't know whether I made a mention. During my talks on Vishnu Sahasranama, which is available in the YouTube, I had given about this Veera. Who is a Mahavira? Mahavira is somebody who is Dharma Veera, Dana Veera, Dharma Veera, Dhana Veera, etc. 5, 6 I had made a mention. That person who has got all these Veerata, I have this written here. Dharma Veera, Tyaga Veera, Daya Veera, Vidya Veera, Dana Veera, and Rana Veera. All of this put together is Mahavira. And Hanumanji is all of them. Therefore, Mahavira Binavavu, I salute Hanumana. The next line is very interesting. Rama jasu jasa apa bakhana. It is said, Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji sang the glory of Hanumanji. Wow, what a wonderful thing. See, we all singing Ramchandra ji's glory is normal, natural, obvious. Definitely we should do it. We must do it. But Ramchandra ji sang the glories of Hanumanji. Oi Ram. Think. How great is such a bhakta, is it not? If Bhagavan has to sing his glory, Rama jasu jasa aap bakhana. And then Tulsi Das ji concludes this particular section with the doha, Pranavavu Pavana Kumara. Pranavavu, I offer my salutations to Pavana Kumara, Pavana Putra Hanumanji, the son of Pavana Devata, Kala Bana Pavaka Jnana Ghana. Kala Bana Pavaka. Kala means, we know, evil people. Evil. Kalabhana means the one who purifies. Pavaka, who purifies even a very, very, very contaminated forest. Think. Kalabhana, meaning what? He is the one who will give the right lessons and purify the mind. And what is our mind? Full of negativities, full of unwanted, irrelevant, meaningless, useless, worthless. Like a forest, we have developed all these things in our mind. Therefore, Tulsi Das says, Kalabana Pavaka. By taking Hanumanji's name, the forest of negativities will be cleared up, will be cleaned up by Hanumanji. And who is he? How can he do that? Jnana Ghana. Ghana, he is an abode of Jnanam, knowledge. And now look at it again. Kalabana Pavaka, Kalabana, the forest of negativities, ignorance, is caused by what? Because of Ajnanam. This samsara, identification with this body, mind and intellect, chitta ahankara, sharira, mana, buddhi, chitta ahankara, or identification with all of them is the jiva bhava, and the jiva bhava is nothing but the byproduct of ignorance, ajnanam. And Hanumanji, who is a jnana ghana, who is an abode of true knowledge, will bring us that knowledge and clear the forest of ignorance. How beautiful. Jasu hridaya agara basahi ramasara chapadhara. His heart is so beautiful that he has Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji and Mata Sita ji in his heart. He has nothing else in his heart. And look at ours. Other than Ramchandra ji and Sita ji, we have every nonsense in our heart. Think. I want that, I want this, I like that, I don't like that, I love, Pani puri, bhel puri. I. Because our heart is filled with all this, there is no place. Bhagavan is waiting. When will I come and sit with you? I want to come and be with you. I want to come and sit in your heart. But no vacancy. This is the condition of our heart. Think. But Hanumanji's heart is filled with Bhagavan alone. He has no need for anything else in his life. Basahirama Sara Chapadhara. With that, we will conclude for today. And tomorrow, we will take up the next Chaupai. Tomorrow being the last day of the series, we will complete hopefully the 18th Chaupai and then take the next one in our next series. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om